In February 2019, so about a year ago, I signed up for Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy so that I could create and launch my first online course. And in January 2020, I launched it. In this video, I'm going to give you guys the 7 major takeaways from my first course launch. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. So if you're looking to use video in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. Now, here's the thing, guys. I have wanted to create an online course for about 4 or 5 years. You've heard me talk about how I've wanted to create a YouTube channel for about 2. Well, this is a long time in the coming, or long time, whatever. I've wanted to do it for a longer period of time. When I was first getting into this, I was obsessed with the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast, which if you haven't heard of that podcast, I highly recommend checking it out. Such a good way to get started or get the foundational principles for online marketing. Then I also did B-School with Marie Forleo. I took List Builders Lab and Courses That Convert with Amy Porterfield. So wanting to create this online course, I had all of the ingredients that I possibly needed to create this and still wasn't able to launch it. And here's the reason why. I hadn't yet started to produce consistent weekly video content on my own and didn't have an audience, and therefore it was really challenging to wrap my head around what kind of course am I even creating? What's valuable that I have to share or anything like that? So if you're finding yourself kind of in that same position right now where you've wanted to create an online course for a very long time, I highly recommend getting started creating consistent video content first, because it will make everything else easier or unnecessary. Shout out to the one thing. So with that, let's dive into the 7 lessons that I learned with creating and launching my first online course. Lesson 1, validation calls are a must. When I first set out to create my online course, I was excited to create one all about outsourcing and outsourcing your video editing. This has been a problem that I have been dealing with for many years and have learned a ton along the way. And what I did prior to actually creating the course was doing validation calls. And this comes 100% from Amy's DCA, Digital Course Academy. So you have to get on the call with people and ask questions and just see what the problems are that people are facing and what their solution might be if they could find the perfect product or anything like that. So during this process, I basically learned that no one cares about outsourcing. They need to figure out everything else before that point. So they needed to learn how to shoot, how to edit, how to not be awkward on camera, and all of these things. So by doing those calls, I actually learned that my course should be entirely different than I had originally thought of. Now, I want to rewind until the summer before in 2018, before I started this course. I had actually created a 10-week program, and I had spent so much time on this program, creating it, and then did it to a beta group, only to find out that what I had spent all this time on wasn't actually what they wanted. So I basically scrapped that entire amount of work that I had done to create a course previous to this. So I cannot stress enough the importance of doing validation calls to make sure that the concept that you are looking to create your online course on is actually one that people want to buy. Another valuable thing about these validation calls is that you are going to hear exact language of what they want. So a lot of people, they would say, I would sit down and binge watch videos and be able to do it within a day. I'm fine with the initial learning curve taking a little bit longer. And then from there, I can just continue doing video. or other people said some stuff like, I don't want to know what options for what gear to buy. Just tell me exactly what to buy. I am already overwhelmed enough. Tell me exactly what to buy and exactly how to set it up. And that is exactly what I did in my program. So by hearing the feedback on these validation calls and the pain points and not being attached to the outcome of what the course is, I was able to reverse engineer a product that would be a perfect fit for all of these long list of problems that people were facing. Lesson 2, recording talking head style videos. When it came time to decide how I would record the content for my course, I decided to do on camera instead of doing voiceover plus slides. And it was the best decision because I could batch record all of my content. So all I had to do was write the scripts and then use a teleprompter on the day of shooting and record everything at once. So I want to hop on the computer and show you the Trello board that I use to organize all of my scripts and what this looks like. So this is what my Trello board looked like. I have a card for each of the individual videos, and then when you open it up, I actually have the script written out in the Trello board so that everything is in one location. And I also put the thumbnail in there, and this is perfect. It's so easy to take it from here and then upload it to your membership site. And for just to stay nice and organized, I also had a labeling system for all of the videos as well, so that nothing got lost in the editing world as well, so that all of the videos matched up from the Trello board to the editing project file, all the way up until the uploading them on Kajabi, which is the website that I ended up using to host my course. So I genuinely could not recommend this enough to do on camera instead of the voiceover plus slides, because then you have to create all the slides for your presentation in addition to filming them, in addition to editing them. This way you kind of cut down on that entire process and just create the content, film it, edit it, you're done. Now, just to throw in a little plug in here, if you are looking to film your own course material, then actually the course that I have created is perfect for you. Once again, I tell you exactly what to buy, exactly how to set it up, and exactly how to edit. You could even have a videographer go through the editing for you if you wanted, or you could save the money and do it all yourself. So I launched that about once a quarter. Definitely go ahead and sign up for the waitlist for the next time that launches in the description below. Lesson 3, niching down is a must. Once I had finished creating my online course, then I had to decide who to market it to. And this seemed like it was going to be super easy, and it was not. I had created this program that was essentially perfect for anyone looking to create video content on their own. So this could be a course creator, someone using it for YouTube videos, or businesses that were looking to create their own marketing videos or anything like that. It taught the foundational principles that people needed to do this on their own. Exactly what gear they need, exactly how to set it up, and exactly how to edit. So how do I market it? Who do I choose who this is for? I had to actually turn back and do more surveys of my audience, more validation calls, and really figure out the need of who this would be best suited for, and then talk to that one person instead of being generic across the board. So I ended up choosing service-based business owners that were looking to pivot within their business and were interested in building an online presence. So that's who I ended up speaking to at the end of the day. So the lesson here is to just choose an audience and specifically talk to them, and people on the outside will probably find it valuable as well, but that way your marketing message is very clear and to the point. Lesson 4, you're going to need a team. Now, let me give you a little bit of a timeline of what this looked like for me. So I joined Digital Course Academy in February of 2019. It took me a little bit of time to actually create the course. I was still dealing with self-doubt and things coming up, and I was still running a video marketing company at the time. So I had a lot of things on my plate in addition to creating weekly video content. So finding the time was still challenging. But when I did actually sit down, record it all in 1 week, and then actually outsource the editing, it was a game changer. I got it done. Everything was packaged nicely. And then came the actual launch. And during this time, I learned everything that I didn't know, and there's a lot of it. Even as someone that has been in this online marketing world for a while, when it actually comes time to implement, it can take you a lot longer than you think. I was having lots of panic attacks or anxiety that I was dealing with, not actual panic attacks, but just dealing with anxiety over this and doing it all myself. And finally, I put my foot down and said, you know what? I just need to hire someone to help me out here and take some things off my plate. So I ended up hiring a copywriter as well as a tech guy / launch strategist to be able to help me kind of plug in the moving pieces with the automation and everything that needed to be done on the tech side of things so that it went smoothly. And I cannot tell you how valuable it was to have someone else in my corner during this launch, even just from the mental standpoint of it. So I highly recommend hiring someone, even if it feels like you're overextending yourself, because it will be worth it in the end. Just make sure that that person is better than you are, and it'll all pay off. Lesson 5, list build before you launch. Now, we've all heard about the importance of the email list, yet very few people have actually hopped on this bandwagon, especially when it comes to personal brands, and aren't actively growing their email list. So I have had a newsletter since the first day that I launched my YouTube channel, yet I wasn't actively growing it. I had some videos or all of my videos on YouTube have basically free downloads in the resources below that do get you onto my email list. And some videos would actively promote them, but it was very few and far between. And I didn't have like a nurture sequence or anything like that that was warming people up once they did get on my list. So this is one thing that I definitely would change if I could go back and really get this part dialed in before even considering the promotion for the launch. So I would highly recommend creating a main freebie that you can give away for free in exchange for an email and be actively growing that list and make it really, really good. The way that I did this was I created the Quick Start Guide to Video, which is a 3-part video series that is quite solid, if I may say so myself, that helps someone get up and running in deciding what their first 5 video topics should be and takes them all the way to actually writing those scripts. Now, I created this freebie a little bit too close to the launch and didn't have enough time to really promote it to get more people on that list. It was very minimal. And in addition to that, I didn't have tons of time to set up my ads. I hadn't been running Facebook ads before this, and so the ads that I did end up running were basically useless, and it was pretty much an organic launch. So I highly recommend before you actually get to launching your course, get the ads up and running for a main freebie and start nurturing your email list as soon as possible. Lesson 6. The launch period is all about promotion. When it comes to the promotion period for your webinar, it is seriously challenging to constantly promote whatever you are doing. So promoting people getting on the webinar. And I found myself really pushing myself and getting out of my comfort zone during this time. So you just have to be okay with being a self-promoter and get used to it and figure out ways to make it less annoying for yourself. So just talk about the fact, like what I ended up doing is talking about the fact that I was starting to feel annoying and reminding people about this, but it was essential. So I would hop on Instagram stories and just talk about it, or I would post, I was very particular about the Instagram posts that I was promoting. So I was very consistent about those as well. And I would take that same post and I would put it to LinkedIn as well as Facebook. So I was promoting in a lot of different areas and just staying very, very consistent. Now, after the very first webinar, I decided to, for whatever reason, stop promoting it for the second webinar. Someone told me that the first webinar was going to be the biggest one and that the second one is kind of like fall over from everyone else that didn't get to go to the first one. And for whatever reason, I just kind of sat on my hands for 4 days and just chilled. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to promote this second one too. And so I started that promotion period a little bit late. And I think it's partially because I just felt so uncomfortable promoting my stuff. So I highly, highly recommend be that person that is promoting it. You have something extremely valuable to offer other people. And if you can get over yourself and give that to them, then that is going to be great for you as well as them. So become a self-promoter. Lesson 7. This is a mental journey. The entire process from creating your online course to actually launching it is a total mental journey. You are going to experience so much self-doubt. You are going to question the value that you have to offer the world, and you just have to be prepared for these things popping up before they actually do. I see it as an opportunity to really work on your mental toughness. I had this saying that I kept saying, which was, become comfortable with the uncomfortable. You are stretching your comfort zone. You are constantly living out of the comfort zone while you are creating and launching this. And the more you can become comfortable in the uncomfortable scenario, the better off you are going to be. The final portion of this is that you have to be in it for the long run. You have to understand that this is your first course launch and the next one will be better. That's what I continuously tell myself as well. So I am in this for the long run. I will continue pushing forward, and I hope that you do the same. I want to wrap this video by just giving a shout out to Amy Porterfield with Digital Course Academy. It is seriously such an amazing product, and I highly, highly recommend it. I could not have done what I did without that. So she's probably going to launch it again, I think in September. I think it's September and February are the dates that she typically does, but I'm not totally sure. Get on the wait list, do whatever you can. It's so, so worth it. And if you liked this video, be sure to click like, drop a comment below letting me know, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video.